It's Wednesday afternoon baseball here on the Sideline Crowd in St. Louis as the Rockies taking on the St. Louis Cardinals in Game 2 of this three-game series here at Busch Stadium. Rockies coming in off a victory yesterday in the home opener for the Cardinals. In this opener for the Cardinals as the Rockies look to make it 2 in a row after losing all but one of their games on the road. They'll go up against Miles Mikolas for the Cardinals, making his 15th start. He's 6-7 with a 3.29 ERA, 93 innings of work. He's given up a hit just about every inning, 65 strikeouts, 19 walks for a 120 whip. So the Rockies will look to get some success going today, as David Dahl will lead things off for the Rockies. Dahl has kind of turned his season around. Down in an average spot at the moment. That pitch misses high, ball 1. Cardinals coming in at the bottom of their division in the Central, 29-43, kind of uncharacteristic of them. Usually they're in contention for one of the top spots, usually in the top 3. Into the 1-0 to Dahl. And this one's smacked into left field. That's going to get over the head of the left fielder. Dahl will round first and head into second for a leadoff double this afternoon. Hitting over the head of Tyler O'Neill. That's 11th double of the year for Dahl. Just hits it the other way. Got a good piece of it. O'Neill makes the leaping attempt at the end, but I'll bring up Daniel Murphy, the first baseman, batting second. The pitch misses down and in, 1-0. Well, probably some startling news that happened with these simulated Rockies in between yesterday's game and today. This one's fouled off. So the settings we have for our simulations is that a lot of the roster management and the trade management is run by the game itself. I can sometimes do a little bit of interacting with that, but it's mostly the game. And so we came into this game. The Rockies made a trade with the Yankees to send Ian Desmond over to the Yankees for left-handed pitcher reliever Zach Britton. So Murphy fouls this one off away, which is very interesting to see that would happen. You know, probably not very realistic of what would happen in real life, but in terms of this game, they just went ahead and made that trade to bolster their bullpen. Now, the majority of their bullpen is now left-handed, so that may cause some problems as they continually adjust things, but at the moment, Rockies relieve some payments, some financial flexibility, sending Ian Desmond over to the Yankees. Desmond was in the second to last year of the 5-year deal he signed with the Rockies. Here's a 3-2 to Murphy. This one's skied out to center field. O'Neill calls off the center fielder and makes the catch. And there's one away here. Get a look here at the Rockies starting lineup. David Dahl, then Daniel Murphy, Nolan Arenado, the third baseman, followed by Charlie Blackmon in right field, Story batting fifth, and Ryan McMahon at second. Sam Hilliard out in left, Tony Walters batting eighth behind the plate, and Kyle Freeland on the bump today for the Rockies. So Arenado stands in. Runner at second, 1 out, top of the first. As he watches a fastball go by for strike 1. Arenado third in All-Star voting at third base. He's kind of cooled off as of late, having a little bit harder time making contact. Here's the 0-1 to Arenado. Just misses outside, 1-1. Arenado, though, in his last 9 games has scored a run in just about every single one of them. But other than that, he hasn't had as much success. Bit of floundering as of late. Kind of the rest of the Rockies lineup offensively, they've kind of leveled out. Here's the 1-1 to Arenado. That bounces in the dirt, skirts away a little bit. Dahl's going to move up to third. And a costly pitch there from Mikolas. It goes a wild pitch. Yadier Molina not able to corral that one. It's kind of curves away, bounces in the dirt, and kicks off a Yadi. And Dahl, who runs well, got the good lead off. Moves up to third with one away. Sacrifice situation for Arenado now. Pitch just misses low, ball 3. Blackman waiting on deck. Rockies won yesterday's game 9-4. They scored 5 runs in the top of the 11th to win it as that pitch misses high, ball 4. So Nolan Arenado draws the 1-out walk. Now to put men on the corners for Chuck Nasty. Blackman coming in off a 3-for-4 effort yesterday. It's like Sam Hilliard had 5 RBIs in yesterday's game. Going 2 for 6. He had a home run. Here's the 1-0 to Blackman. Gets under this one and lifts it out lazily to left field. O'Neal's there to can't make the catch. Made contact just reaching into the stands, but it bounces off his glove, so an extra life here for Charlie Blackman. Here's the 1-1 for Mikolas. Blackman, swing, pops it up on the infield. And the shortstop, Tommy Edman, makes the catch. Now there's 2 away now. Well, this has been the story for the Rockies. Plenty of scoring opportunities, but never really able to capitalize on them. Now it's up to Trevor Story. 2 men out, men on the corners. Comes in with that .218 average, 9 homers, 32 RBIs. Story having a very rough season. Dealing with a lot of strikeouts. We've been seeing him strike out quite a bit as of late. Here's the first pitch to Story. Misses down and away, 1-0. He does have 14 doubles on the year. That's second on the team. So when he has hit it, it's been really for extra bases. Here's the 1-0 to Story. Big swing and a miss there. At the fastball on 95. He evens the count at 1. Got lots to talk about in today's game. Just more of the news with the MLB and all that good jazz. Here's the 1-1 to Story. Watches that one in for a called strike 2. Went with the slider. Catches the outside part of the plate. One-two delivery to Story. Men on the corners. Gets a piece of that one and fouls it off. Story in yesterday's game when 1 for 5 had 2 RBIs. Here's the 1-2. Turns on that pitch on the inside and fouls it off. 22 pitches this inning so far for Mikolas. As he comes set once again. Another 1-2 delivery. Big swing and a miss at the fastball. Can't catch up to it, and that will retire the side. Well, the Rockies get men on the corners with 1 out. But they can't get anybody in. We head to the bottom of the first. Top of the order due up for the Cardinals. Kyle Freeland getting the call today on the bump. Making his 15th start. He's 4-3 with a 4.93 ERA. 45 strikeouts, 26 walks. He's got to cut down on those. He's got a 124 whip. He's given up 74 hits on the year in 80 innings of work. So the key to Freeland is really pounding the zone, making pitches, not making the mistakes that he has been of giving up home runs. Colton Wong, the second baseman, will lead off for the Cardinals. Lays down the bunt, but he pops it up, and diving slide by Tony Wolters, and there's one away. Look at the Cardinals starting lineup. Colton Long leads things off, and then the shortstop, Timmy Edmond. First baseman, Paul Goldschmidt. Followed by Matt Carpenter in the cleanup spot, Yanni Molina. In the 5-hole, Tyler O'Neill batting 6th. Center fielder Lane Thomas, then Harrison Bader out in right with Miles Mikolas on the bump. Tommy Edmond in there with a 186 average. Takes ball 1 down and in. Rockies coming into this one. They finally got to 30 wins, 30 and 42. They're 4th in the National League West. Here's the 1-0 to Edmond. Misses high, ball 2. Edmond, 6th round pick in the 2016 draft by the Cardinals. Here's the 2-0 to Edmond, misses down and in, 3-0. Paul Goldschmidt, the Rocky killer, waits on deck. The 3-0 to Edmond. And thought it was a strike, but the changeup misses outside. It's called a ball, so a 1-out walk now to Tommy Edmond. And that puts a man aboard for Paul Goldschmidt. Well, Tony Wolters has got to get that control away because you don't want to give this guy any fuel to work with at the plate. And Paul Goldschmidt, 305 average, 12 homers on the year. Cardinals acquired him prior to last season, and then immediately signed him to a contract extension. They found their cornerstone first baseman. First pitch to Goldschmidt's fouled away. 0-1. His career against Freeland, he's 4 for 18 with 4 strikeouts, which is kind of encouraging. Here's the 0-1 to Goldschmidt. Jams him there, but he fouls it off. 0-2. Well, Goldschmidt selected in the 2009 draft in the 8th round, reaching the MLB in 2011. Peeled down to first. He didn't go around. 1-2. 6-time All-Star. Led the National League in home runs and runs batted in 2013. 2-2. He's won the Hank Aaron Award, the Gold Glove Award, Silver Slugger. He's finished twice as the runner-up for the MVP in 2013 and 2015. Bounces that one foul. He's born in Delaware. Then ultimately just ended up living in Texas quite a bit. This one's lifted out to left field. Hilliard ranges over a bit, makes the catch. And now there's 2 away here for Matt Carpenter, the third baseman. Bring up Matt Carpenter, 261 average. Now here's the interesting thing about Matt Carpenter. His name was floated around a little bit during the offseason as the Cardinals were kind of one of the teams connected to the Rockies. Throw over to first. In the Nolan Arenado kind of rumors and debacles. So Matt Carpenter presumably was one of the players that people think that the Cardinals could put as one of the trade chips to land Nolan Arenado. His third base is one of the spots that the Cardinals really need help with. Called strike of the knees, 0-2 on the third baseman. Carpenter, kind of one of old school guys, no batting gloves. Kind of a down year last year as he chases that slider away for strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Despite the 1-out walk, Kyle Freeland gets out of the first. Way to the top of the second, no score. McMahon, Hilliard, and Wolters due up for the Rockies. Ryan McMahon, the second baseman, will lead things off. He's in a bit of a hot streak as of late. Coming in with a .265 average, 12 homers, 35 RBIs on the season. It's been kind of splitting time between first and second quite a bit. First pitch, a big bender in there for called strike one. Last game he went 3 for 5 with an RBI. Here's the 0-1 to McMahon. Check swing, but he said he went around. It's quickly 0-2. The 0-2 to McMahon. Big swing and a miss. The fastball down around the knees. And Mikolas makes quick work of McMahon. And there's one away.
The left fielder, number 22, Sam Hilliard.
I'll bring up Sam Hilliard. So he takes a called strike to the knees. .264 average, 9 homers, 25 RBIs for the young left fielder. Really took over as the left fielder back in April from Ian Desmond. Never really relinquished it. Desmond, who continued to struggle. It's now 0-2 on Hilliard. Pitch misses low, 1-2. But Hilliard taking over in left field. Really secured the everyday spot. He plays good defense. Was off to a hot start at the plate. Now he's kind of averaged out as the season's gone on. But ultimately, that's one of the reasons. It seems like that the Rockies traded Ian Desmond away to the Yankees for Zach Britton. As Hilliard lines out to first. Can't really believe it as Gold Glove and Paul Goldschmidt snags it out of the air. And there's 2 away for Tony Wolters. That was a stunning move coming into today's game. That Ian Desmond gets traded away to the Yankees. And that one wasn't because of me. It was the game decided to do that of its own volition. 0-1 misses high, 1-1. Big swing through the fastball for Wolters. Grounder to third, but bobbled by Carpenter. Throws on to first. Not in time. That'll go as an E5. First it bounces off of him. He can't haul it in. Kind of a easy play, but Carpenter picks it up and then a offline throw to first. Brings up Kyle Freeland with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Well, right there was the reason why the Cardinals really wanted to land Nolan Arenado. Give you that stellar defense at third base and consistent offensive production. Here's the 1-0 to Freeland. Check swing, but it's called on the inside corner. 1-1. Mikolas comes set. Kicks and deals. The 1-1. Bouncer in front of home plate. Yadier Molina's got it. He'll throw on to first. Just getting Kyle Freeland. Made that one close. But I'll retire the side. Rockies get a man aboard, but nothing else. We head to the bottom of the second. No score here. Yadier Molina will lead things off for the Cardinals. Here's the first pitch to Molina. Well, Yadier Molina, the longtime catcher for the Cardinals in his 16 seasons. Longtime veteran. It's kind of been a staple for the Cardinals behind the plate. After debuting in June 3rd, 2004. And he's been the starting catcher for the... or he's been with the Cardinals ever since. Primarily as the starting catcher. This one's lifted out to right field. Blackman's there to make the catch. And there's one away to start off the bottom of the second for the Cardinals. Get a look here at the Rockies defensively. Left to right in the outfield, Sam Hilliard, David Dahl, Charlie Blackmon. The infield, Arenado, Story, McMahon, Murphy, with Tony Walters behind the plate. Rockies 10th in the National League in fielding percentage. Still kind of middle of the road in that department. Here's the 0-1 to O'Neill. Called strike there, 0-2. Tyler O'Neill, acquired from Seattle in 2017. Big swing and a miss there as Freeland gets him to chase the slider up for his second strikeout of the game. Second out of the inning. Tied him up there. And I'll bring up the fielder Lane Thomas. Takes called strike one. Here's the 0-2 to Thomas. Swing in the dirt. Strike three. They'll throw down to first. Now retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Freeland. So we're through two. We head to the top of the third. Still no score here. The top of the order is due up for the Rockies. David Dahl will lead things off. He doubled back in the first and then got stranded at third. That's been the Rockies' only hit so far. The only hit of the game. Pitch is called a ball outside. 1-0. That looked like a strike. We've seen a couple of pitches like that on the corners. Not getting the call. It's now 2-0. That fastball misses the corner. And the 2-0. And misses 3-0. Here's the 3-0. This one's fouled off. Three-1 to Dahl. Fights off that one. That'll run the count full. Well, it's top of the third. This day in Rockies history. It's not specifically today, but it's kind of the cusp of resulting in the past 4 days. This one's fouled back. So, back in 2019, Rockies hosted the Padres and they broke an MLB record for most runs in a 4-game series. So it's fouled back. So this is going off of yesterday's. Maybe we'll find some for today. But Rockies fans will remember that was kind of an unfortunate game, a fortunate series for the Rockies. So Dahl keeps fouling them off. So the Rockies scored 48 runs. That was the third most in a 4-game series. Rockies had 69 hits. Dahl sends this one foul into left field again. Do it again, 3-2. Rockies allowed 44 runs. Bouncer to second. Wong's got it. He'll throw on to first. And good at bat by Dahl, just ends in a lazy ground ball. So Mikolas wins that battle. I'll bring up Daniel Murphy. Murphy a flyout victim back in the first. Rockies pitchers allowed 62 hits, tying the mark for most in franchise history, and then Charlie Blackmon had 15 hits in the series. So Murphy lifts this one out to right field. Bader's there to make the catch, and there's two away. So Blackmon's 15 hits was the most in a four-game series in the modern era. That was a hard series for the Rockies because they ended up losing most of the games in that series by giving up a lot of runs in the later innings. They lost 14-13 to the Padres in the series finale on June 16th last year, giving up 4 runs in the top of the ninth. Wild, wild game. So Arenado fouls this one off. That evens the count at 1. One to Arenado, gets a piece of that one, fouls it off. He makes the count 1-2. The 1-2 to Arenado. This is down and in, 2-2. Gets under this one and lifts it out to left. O'Neill camps under it, and he'll make the catch. And it's another 1-2-3 inning. Nicholas making quick work of the Rockies. So we head to the bottom of the third. Still no score here. 8-9-1 due up for the Cardinals. Well, I'm still looking here, see what I can find. As Harrison Bader, the right fielder, will lead things off for the Cardinals. Bader coming in with a 189 average. You see a lot of these averages for the Cardinals not very high. Probably the reason why they're roughly in the same boat the Rockies are average-wise in the National League Central. Cardinals at the bottom of their division. With the likes of the Cubs, the Reds, and the Brewers all doing quite well. Pirates even. Here's the 2-0 to Bader. Called strike of the knees. Just got a piece of the zone there. Bader didn't like it. And he'll stand in again. Here's the 2-1 to Bader. That misses outside. And a swing and a miss there. That'll run the count full. Got him to chase the changeup. Good pitch there from Freeland. He's been showing a lot better control of his pitches in this one so far. So that pitch misses low, ball 4. Couldn't tempt him with the curveball. That's a leadoff walk to Bader, and that'll bring up Miles Mikolas. Then the sacrifice situation. Shows bunt, pulls it back as that pitch runs inside. 1-0. Mikolas, during his 5-year career, he's been with San Diego, Texas, and then he's been with the Cardinals. As of late, kind of blossomed into one of their top pitchers, really. 1-0, but he throws over to first, checking on Bader. He's kind of turned himself into a staple in that Cardinals lineup, especially in that rotation. He gets the bunt down, hard hit to first. Murphy turns and we'll just tag Mikolas. Thought about going to second, but Bader got there way ahead of before he could throw it, and he wisely just tags the runner. So one away now. Top of the order up now in Colton Wong, the second baseman. popped out in the first, trying to lay down a drag bunt. But then he popped it up in a nice sliding catch by Tony Wolters. Got the first out of the game. Freeland checks the runner at second. Kicks and deals. With the change up inside, he fouls it back. Wong, the first round pick in 2011 for the Cardinals. Here's the 0-1 to Wong. That pitch misses low, 1-1. So I did find a game of this day in Rockies history, going back to 1994, when the Rockies took on the Dodgers, beating them 13-5. Swing and a miss there by Wong, 1-2. Rockies scored 6 in the top of the fourth to give them the lead, and then they never relinquished it. They scored 2 more in the fifth, 3 more in the sixth, 1 more in the ninth. Throw back to second, and they got him. Backdoor play to second base. Gets Bader, and there's 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 to Wong. Misses outside. Runs the count full. Nice job there. Trevor Story coming in behind as Bader took too big of a lead. Here's the payoff pitch to Wong. Bouncer back up, then backhanded by Freeland. Throws on to first, and that's out number 3. So Freeland gets out of it. We head to the top of the fourth. Still no score here. Heart of the order due up for the Rockies. Charlie Blackmon will lead things off. Soft line out his first time up. So the Rockies went up against, it was Lance Painter going up against Oral Hershiser for the Dodgers. Rockies only had to use 2 pitchers in that game. Painter goes 5 2/3, gives up 5 runs on 9 hits. And then Willie Blair pitches the rest of the game, only giving up 2 hits. And 1 to Blackmon, misses inside. But Hershiser only went 4 innings, gave up 7 runs on 9 hits. And Roger McDowell, Ismael Valdez, Rudy Sinez, and Darren Dreyfort finish out the game for the Dodgers. Andres Galarraga hit his 20th home run of the year. This one's lifted out to left, right at Tyler O'Neill. And Blackmon's retired for the first out of the fourth. So that'll bring up Trevor Story now, who was strikeout victim his first time around. Eric Young Sr. went 4 for 5 in the game with 3-run scores. Dante Bichette went 3 for 5. Galarraga went 3 for 5. Charlie Hayes 2 for 5. Mike Kingery 2 for 5. So Rockies putting on a hit parade. So they had 16 hits. Dodgers getting 11. Mike Piazza was in that game. Old Corey Snyder was in left field. I had the opportunity to work with Corey Snyder with the Orem Owls baseball team. He was the director of public relations. Living out in Utah, getting to know him. Cool guy. This one's fouled off. That's interesting to find. Corey, a prospect taken out of BYU. Played with the Indians. He kind of got around quite a bit. I can say that I have hit in a bullpen or a batting practice home run off of Corey Snyder. This is a slow dribbler into right field. That gets through for a base hit. And so Story gets the 1-out single. Well, sometimes it's all it takes. Just get the bat on the ball. find a hole. Story does just that. Now there's a man aboard with one out for Ryan McMahon. McMahon struck out back in the second. Jason, a fastball below the knees. First pitch fouls that one back. But we had just kind of a staff batting practice on the field. We do that sometimes after games with the Ormals, the rookie affiliate of the Angels. And Corey Snyder was throwing some batting practice to us, and I hit one deep to left center field. This is jammed into center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Makes the diving attempt, but it bounces off of his glove as Lane Thomas isn't able to come up with it. So 2 men aboard for Sam Hilliard with one out here in the fourth. First pitch fastball right through him. 0-1. But we're hitting on the ball, on the baseball field. Corey Snyder throwing BP to us and managed to send one out to deep left center field. And then regularly was either hitting the wall or bouncing the dirt. That was a fun time. Here's the 1-1 to Hilliard. Swing and a miss. Runners go. And he can't handle it at third. So the double steal pays off for the Rockies. And Story takes off. And the throw beat him, but Yadier Molina bounced it, and Carpenter couldn't pick it out. And so there's 2 men in scoring position with one out on Sam Hilliard. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase the fastball up. So there's 2 outs for Tony Wolters. 2 men in scoring position. First pitch in there for a called strike. Here's the 0-1 to Wolters. Gets a good piece of that one, but fouls it off out in front of that pitch. 0-2. No 2, swing and a miss. And the Rockies squander the opportunity to score as Miklas gets out of it. So we head to the bottom of the fourth. Still no score here at Busch Stadium. So Tommy Edman, the shortstop, will lead things off for the Cardinals. Walked back in the first. Freeland kicks and deals. And Edman swings and hits this one out to left field, but Hilliard's there to make the catch. And there's one way to start the fourth. One quick other note, our good friend Corey Snyder, he did have a hit. He went 1 for 3. Had a single. Paul Goldschmidt to the plate now. Called strike on the outside corner. Goldschmidt in 2013, here's an interesting thing, graduated from the University of Phoenix with a Bachelor of Science degree in management. Known for a lot of his fundraising work, his charity work. A lot of charity work in Arizona. I know a lot of Cardinals fans were very sad to see him go. This one's lined into right. Blackman's there to make the catch. And there's 2 away.
The third baseman, number 13, Matt
Cardinals fans were very happy, but a lot of Arizona fans were sad to see Goldschmidt go prior to the 2019 season. Here's the first pitch to Carpenter. Bounces this one to second. McMahon's got it. Thrown to first, and yet another 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Freeland. We're through 4 here at Busch Stadium. Still no score here. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Rockies. Rockies trying to get something going. So we're about to get underway here in the 5th. Let's skip over our friend Heidi Watney. As Kyle Freeland will lead things off for the Rockies. Rockies have had 2 opportunities in this game to score. Back in the first, they had men on the corners with 1 out. And then last inning, they had men at second and third with 1 out. But then Mikolas gets Hilliard and Wolters both to strike out to end the inning. Freeland's quickly down 0-2 after chasing that fastball. We'll cover some of the headlines here over the inning or two. Freeland watches that one high, ball 1. But the saga continues between Major League Baseball and the Players Association. As after over the weekend, the Players Union comes out with their statement saying just tell us when and where. And then on Monday or Tuesday, as Freeland strikes out, then Commissioner Rob Manfred, who just a week ago said on ESPN right before the draft that 100% there will be baseball this season, and then less than a week later, just after a weekend, says, yeah, I'm not very confident in this happening because the players have decided to end the negotiations of good faith. So there was that, and that kind of really infuriated players. You want to know the status of the players, just check Twitter, and you will see their thoughts. A lot of them are just kind of sharing posts saying when and where we are ready. And a lot of it's just them practicing at their homes and facilities that they've been at. So it's just kind of a debacle for Major League Baseball. 1-1's fouled off. It's now 1-2 on Dahl. Mikolas has thrown 80 pitches so far. Majority of them are strikes. A lot of foul balls as Dahl swings to that fastball. 6th strikeout for Mikolas. We have Daniel Murphy, a pair of flyouts to his credit. So that's the big thing. So there was a lot of that bickering this week. And then there was one source saying that the owners basically wanted the players to waive any legal grievance rights, basically, because they don't want to deal with any grievances. So there was that, and then some sources saying that Rob Manfred and Tony Clark met in Arizona and had some productive had a productive meeting or negotiation, and that MLB has sent an offer. So who knows? It just keeps going back and forth. Rockies go down 1-2-3 here in the 5th. We head to the bottom of the inning. Still no score. So Yadier Molina will lead things off for the Cardinals. So we skip past Heidi Watney's scary face in this game. Yadier Molina will lead things off. Then you have the other headline that Dr. Anthony Fauci is kind of leading the epidemiologist who's kind of leading the coronavirus, I guess, task force, whatever. He's kind of been the face of this pandemic. Talking to everybody. Says the MLB shouldn't play too deep into the fall which also raises quite a few eyebrows, because if they already knew this information, why were they trying to put so much money into a playoffs format being completed? So that kind of makes it suspicious, because if they knew they shouldn't be playing in October, then why would they try to put so much money into a playoffs being completed? And then some players asking, well, have you said the same thing to football and things like that? Here's the 2-1 to Molina. This one's fouled away, evens the count at 2. So there's that part of it. The MLB has delayed the start of international signings. We've also got the MLB teams signing the undrafted free agents. Pitch misses down, 3-2 on Molina. So teams are just kind of scrambling, and it's a free-for-all of signing the undrafted free agents. Kansas City Royals are kind of leading that charge. A lot of players have flocked to them. This one's flared out into right center field, and that's down for a base hit. So Yadier Molina leads off the 5th with a bloop single. That's the first hit of the game for the Cardinals. Number you Tyler O'Neill, 0 for 1 in this one. Well, Freeland was cruising, but Yadier Molina, who such a good hitter, the veteran hitter, very consistent at the plate, manages to just flare one out into right field. Fortunate thing is there isn't much speed, so if you get something on the ground here, could be an easy double play. O'Neill with 10 homers, he's 3rd on the Cardinals. Still no score here in the bottom of the 5th. Cardinals have a man aboard with nobody out. Here's the 1-0 to Tyler O'Neill, the left fielder. In there for a called strike. It's 1-1. Well, then you also have just a lot of the debacle with MLB. The players are definitely unhappy. This one's flared into right. Is it going to get down? It'll be foul. Just missing being fair in fair territory. So 1-2 now to Tyler O'Neill. Freeland kicks and deals. Runs that pitch inside. Went with the slider. 2-2. Freeland's been trying to get him to really chase, teasing him, but the Cardinals have been laying off. So 2-2 count on Tyler O'Neill. Freeland at 53 pitches. Here's the 2-2 to O'Neill. That pitch misses. 3-2. Lane Thomas waits on deck. But it's just been frustrating just to see both sides and just arguing. It's kind of tearing baseball apart, and they're going to have a hard time recovering from this as Freeland pulls the string on O'Neill, gets him to strike out, and there's one away now. Drops the curveball, or drops the changeup right by him. Here's the first pitch to Thomas, in there for a called strike. And as a baseball fan, it's just hard to see, the arguments preventing baseball from happening. They've been delaying so many things. Presumably, right now, they should have been starting. Runner goes off for second. They throw down, and they get him easily. Yadier Molina trying to go for the hit and run. Takes off, but Walters gets it down quickly, and McMahon applies the tag. And now there's 2 away. Lane Thomas swinging through that pitch. So it's 0-2. And a called strike 3 on the inside corner. Throws him with the slider. And that will retire the side. So some slick defense for the Rockies. We head to the top of the 6th. Still no score here. Nolan Arenado will lead things off for the Rockies. It's been a good one so far. Kind of a pitcher's duel as Miles Mikolas is still out there for the Cardinals in his 6th inning of work. Arenado looking to get it going for the Rockies. Only 4 hits between the two teams so far. And that pitch gets crossed for called strike 1 with the slider. Oh, it sweeps across the zone. Nice movement on it. That pitch misses up and in, 1-1. But a lot of people are unhappy. Fans are unhappy. Players are unhappy. Minor League Baseball is unhappy. Owners are unhappy. Just baseball's in an unhappy place right now. And it's frustrating for fans to see the other leagues get plans in motion to get things going. NHL and the NBA getting ready. NFL making plans to start on time. So it's just kind of disheartening to see all these things happen, and it's continually, this back and forth where the owners are crying that there's no profitability and that they're not going to make any money. But most of their money comes from the TV deals and whatnot. This one's fouled off in foul territory. Goldschmidt ranges over and makes the catch, and Arenado's retired. We have Charlie Blackmon here with 1 out. So I'm not going to offer many more thoughts. You can find people who can articulate it a little bit better in different articles and opinions. But really, the bottom line is baseball needs to figure it out. Otherwise, they're going to have a hard time recovering. Here's the first pitch to Blackmon. Pitch misses high, 1-0. The thing is that the game of baseball itself is a very pure, simple, perfect game. It's the people running it and participating in it that aren't. And so that's where the hard parts come in. So we can only hope that baseball figures it out. If nothing else, we'll be back next year a lot better. Blackmon lines this one into right field. Diving catch by Harrison Bader. Nice play there. Sinking line drive. Wasn't hit too hard. Bader gets a good jump on it and makes the diving catch. So Blackmon's retired. There's 2 away now for Trevor Story. Story singled, got to third his last time up. But then the strikeouts of Hilliard and Walters kept the Rockies off the board. We're still scoreless here in the top of the 6th. 2 outs. Miles Mikolas in at 93 pitches. Rockies have made him work. Here's the first pitch to Story. Pitch misses low, 1-0. Big swing and a miss there, 1-1. One to Story, misses high, 2-1. Pitch misses, 3-1. Good eye by Story here. It's just cutting down on the strikeouts has been his problem, making contact. Does have a good eye, it's just making contact he's struggled with. This one's hit deep into left field. That's going to get down, and it's out of here. Solo home run for Trevor Story, the 2-out hit here in the top of the 6th, and the Rockies are on the board. Just hits a line drive into left. Busch Stadium, sometimes known as the hitter's park. Story just turns on one and gets it out for his 10th homer of the year. Chalk that one up for the good guys. Didn't know if he had the height on it, but he's just able to get enough on it to get it out. And so here in the top of the 6th with 2 outs, Miles Mikolas gives up the home run as he snags that comebacker. Throws on to first to retire the side. But Trevor Story gives the Rockies the lead here in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the inning. Harrison Bader will lead things off for the Cardinals. Most likely we'll have Bader, then a pinch hitter, and then Colton Wong. Freeland only at 58 pitches. He's in a good spot here. He's been pitching quite well so far in this one. Looking to keep it going, knock on wood. Rockies winners of yesterday's game. Here's the first pitch to Bader. Line right past Arenado into left field. Look at that'll bounce off the padding in foul territory. That's just the second hit allowed from Freeland. He's got 5 strikeouts, 59 pitches as pitcher's spot is due up. We'll get a pinch hitter here. It's Justin Turner will pinch hit here as he'll throw on to first. Harrison Bader's back easily. We're here in the bottom of the 6th. Rockies lead 1-0. First pitch to Turner. Fouls that one off. 0-1. That was a line shot by Bader. Arenado just misses it. Had to pull his glove across his body, and so that makes it a little harder to make that catch. You don't have as much reach. 1-1. Turner picked in the 28th round in 2018. And now he's up here with the Cardinals here in MLB The Show 20. Our little franchise. Here's the 1-1 to Turner. Went for the call at the knees, but doesn't get it. 2-1. Bader does run well, so Freeland's got to keep an eye on him. Here's the 2-1 to Turner. Goes down again, but can't get the call. 3-1. Freeland not happy, thinking he should be getting those calls, but he can't. So 3-1 the count now on Justin Turner. Turner. I don't really know how to say it. Here's the 3-1. And misses, ball 4. Well, Freeland was peppering the bottom of the zone, not getting any calls. Definitely frustrated with himself. A lot of those pitches looked like strikes. Especially that one right there. But instead, there's 2 men on, nobody out for Colton Wong, who's 0 for 2. Freeland's got to make a pitch here. That pitch misses, ball 1. That's 4 straight balls. 5 straight balls that he's thrown. Not getting that call at the bottom of the plate. Here's the 1-0 to Wong. Bounces this one to third. Arenado's got it. He'll go to second with it. Back on to first. Not in time. So they get the out at second. The slow bouncer by Colton Wong. Beats it in the dirt. That kind of killed the momentum that Arenado had to come and get it. Gets it on the second hop. Quick transfer to McMahon. Just doesn't develop quickly enough to get the double play. So men on the corners, 1 out for for the shortstop. Tommy Edman walked back in the first. He's 0 for 1. Well, Cardinals threatening here in the bottom of the 6th. Men on the corners, 1 out. First pitch to Edman. Misses outside, ball 1. You see Freeland having to work a little bit more up now because he wasn't getting the calls at the bottom of the plate, bottom of the zone. Here's the 1-0 to Edman. This one's lined foul, 1-1. Well, this is where really we see Kyle Freeland get tested. We haven't seen him in moments like this much today. Here's the 1-1. Called strike the letters, 1-2. Edman now looks at a 1-2 count. Freeland strikeout would be huge here. You face Goldschmidt with 2 outs. Bouncer to second. This could be 2. Throw on to first. Not in time. Run scores, and we're tied up. Once again, the double play just did not develop fast enough. as McMahon had to do the whirly-bird to get the out at second. So 2 outs. We're tied at 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. The man at first. And Paul Goldschmidt up to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Fortunate for the Rockies. And this one's hit deep to center field. Back goes Dahl to the wall, and it's gone. A 2-run homer for Paul Goldschmidt, his 13th of the year, and just like that, the Cardinals take a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. As Kyle Freeland just unravels once again. I'm bringing Matt Carpenter, and that has just got to be a punch in the gut for the Rockies. You're pitching so well, you finally get a lead, and then you immediately lose it. And you can blame a lot of things. The umpire's zone really changed all of a sudden this inning. He wasn't getting any calls at the knees or down in the zone. So he's having to stay a little bit more up, and that works into the Cardinals' favor. So Matt Carpenter coming now. He's 0 for 2. And again, there's 2 outs here. But a couple of double play balls that just stroke of bad luck. They weren't hit hard enough to turn the double play when you had a good running, a player with good speed at the plate. Wade Davis and James Pazos warming up in the Rockies bullpen. You can hear the cries of Rockies fans every time they see things like that. 1-0's fouled off, 1-1. It's unfortunate because Freeland was cruising through this. Had a lot of good pitches. Had a pickoff. Some caught stealings. Foul tip into the glove. It's 1-2 on Carpenter. Do it again. Here's the 1-2 to Carpenter. And this is low, 2-2. Just frustrating stuff for the Rockies continually. Here's the 2-2 to Carpenter. Misses low, 3-2. And the bad part is that they've been struggling at the plate. Here's the 3-2. Bouncer to Arenado, who's got it. He'll throw on to first. Bounce in the dirt, but good scoop there by Daniel Murphy to retire the side. But Paul Goldschmidt gives the Cardinals a lead with the 2-run homer to center field. We head to the 7th. Rockies down 3-1.
Your attention, please.
Daniel Ponce de Leon will make his 37th appearance. He's 1-3, 3.35 ERA in 43 innings of work, 44 strikeouts, 20 walks. He'll face Sam Hilliard, Tony Walters, and then the pitcher's spot here in the 7th. Hilliard's 0 for 2. Check swing, but it's called a strike on the changeup, and that's a pitch that Kyle Freeland wasn't getting. There at the zone. Pitch misses low, 1-1. Here's the 1-1, misses inside, 2-1 on Freeland or on Hilliard. Jordan Hicks and Giovanni Gallegos warmed up in the Cardinals bullpen. Jordan Hicks, who's known to be throwing the heat. He already hit over 100 miles an hour. Big swing and a miss, chases the fastball up and in. Counts 2-2 on Sam Hilliard. Be interesting to see what the Rockies do. Continue with maybe trade deadlines, and a month and a half until the trade deadline. See what moves the Rockies continue to do. They bolster their bullpen. They got Jamison Tyone in the rotation now. See if they make any positional improvement, and a called strike 3 at the letters, and Sam Hilliard is retired. Fastball up, just froze him. A little bit of sinking action to it. Catches the top of the zone. So one away for Tony Walters is 0 for 2. Pitch runs inside, 1-0 on the cutter. So the bench is particularly kind of weak. Catching is on their radar. Maybe even a little bit in the outfield. Second or first base. You can put McMahon at whichever one you don't get. The 1-1 to Walters. This one's down the line but goes foul. And we'll have to head back. It's 1-2. Well, these are the kind of questions and answers you got to figure out. Swing in the dirt for out number 2 as they throw down. 2 away. The Rockies just continue. They've struck out quite a bit today, as we'll get Raimel Tapia, who's been called back up to replace Ian Desmond, who again, Ian Desmond traded to the New York Yankees prior to this game for Zach Britton. Tapia's back in with that .277 average, 2 homers, 6 RBIs on the year. He started the season with the Rockies and then sent down. It's been in Albuquerque. 1-1 the count now on Tapia. Jeff Hoffman sent down to AAA with the return of Zach Britton. As this one's hit into left field for a base hit, so Raimel Tapia comes in, gets a base hit, and it's 1-1 the count. At first 2 outs for David Dahl. Dahl, who's 1 for 3, had a double in the first, and that's about it. He's 3 for 9 in the series, had a pair of doubles. Pitch misses up and away, 1-0. Misses with the changeup. Here's the 1-0 to David Dahl. Misses away, 2-0. That is not the Rockies' third base coach. But it's game, so they probably don't have him. Throw to first. Tapia's back easily. Tapia does run fast. It's 2-0. This isn't really a situation where you try stealing, as Dahl lifts this one to left field. Easy play for Tyler O'Neill. And he makes the catch to retire the side. Well, Rockies go down without a whimper. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Cardinals lead at 3-1. Molina, O'Neill, Thomas due up.
Your attention, please.
Wade Davis getting the call now, making his 34th appearance. He's 2-2. 3.72 ERA, 28 strikeouts to 19 walks in 29 innings of work. He is 6 for 10 in save opportunities, but the Rockies removed him out of that spot. Michael Lorenzen now the closer, kind of splitting around with Chris Davinsky and things like that. Pitch misses down the way, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 to Molina. Big swing and a miss there, 1-1. So here's some more developments. This is from MLBTradeRumors.com. Good site. This is some stuff coming perhaps from Bob Nightingale of USA Today, that the league and union reportedly making progress on a deal for the season. So here's, I'll give you the chronological thing. So 1:30 today, 1:30 p.m. And a major potential breakthrough in-person league and union negotiations appear to be bearing fruit, closing in on a deal to resume play in 2020. That was from John Heyman of MLB Network.
That's ball 3.
And then shortly a little bit after that, MLB has sent the union a new formal proposal. Per Evan Drellich of The Athletic, sides haven't yet agreed and reached an agreement in principle, let alone a full and binding accord, but it certainly seems as if there's a momentum towards a common goal. This one's bounced foul. 3-2. Heyman says that several major pillars of the potential agreement are moving in place, at least conceptually. The players will receive prorated pay, the league will get an expanded postseason, and players will waive any potential grievance to seek additional compensation. So that pitch misses inside, so we'll lead off walk to Yadier Molina from Davis. He'll have to face Tyler O'Neill, the man aboard. One with the fastball inside and can't catch the zone. O'Neill's up. He's 0 for 2. Tim Collins joins Pazos in the bullpen. Then at 2 o'clock, the proposal is for at least 60 games. This is Jason Mackey of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Then at 2:07 p.m. This is East Coast time. Maybe Central time. I honestly don't know. Maybe Central time. Pitch gets away. Yadier Molina will move up to second. Wild pitch from Wade Davis. And they also, Buster Olney of ESPN said the proposal is indeed for 60 games with a full pro-rate play. Season would begin on July 19th. And then Bob Nightingale says the postseason would expand to 16 teams. And the MLBPA has made clear that it hasn't yet agreed to anything. So those are the developments so far. Kind of these lame negotiating tactics from both sides. I think the biggest problem that everybody's had is just how public in the media this whole thing has been. This one's flared out to right field. Blackman's there, makes the catch, and there's one away. I know a lot of the players and people have kind of been upset about that the media knows about things before the players do, before they've been able to kind of get an idea of anything, that it's already been leaked to the media, who then pull it out. And so that's kind of been a big problem. And so things getting leaked out as much as they do has just made the negotiating hard and all that stuff. So hopefully they can figure things out, but you never know. We'll see what happens. Here's the 0-1 to Thomas. Called strike. It's 0-2. I need to see if anything happened with that Yankees letter. Did that get opened, or do they still have until Monday? I think they have until Monday. Here's the 0-2 to Thomas. Misses inside, 1-2. I'm sure we'll hear about it at some point. Right now it's a lot of the negotiating stuff, which is so exciting, I know. One and two the count. 2-2 now on Lane Thomas. Check swing, but he holds up. Ball 3, 3-2. Payoff pitch to Thomas, misses outside, ball 4. So Davis does it again. Walks another batter, and there's 2 men aboard with 1 out for Harrison Bader, who started the scoring for the Cardinals last inning. He singled, and then he came around to score eventually. Off a couple of ground ball double plays. Drove. One of the count now on Harrison Bader. Davis has really got to wrangle in the control. Someone's fouled off. 1-1. Someone's fouled away. One, two to Bader. And this is high, 2-2. Two to Bader. Outside again, 3-2. Trying to get him to chase, but he's getting on top of his pitches. He's only thrown 8 strikes this inning. 14 balls from Wade Davis. This one's popped foul territory. Over is Arenado, who makes the catch. And there's out number 2. MLBPA is denying reports of an agreement.
Your attention, please. Pin hitting for the Cardinals.
So who knows? So Paul DeYoung gets the call as the pinch hitter. So he takes strike 1. DeYoung hitting .256 on the year. Pitch misses high, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 to Young. Fouls that one off. It's 1-2. One, two to DeYoung. Called strike 3. Got him looking at the knuckle curve. And Wade Davis gets out of the inning despite walking 2 batters. We're through 7. We head to the top of the 8th. Rockies down 3-1. They're out hitting the Cardinals 5-3.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Now pitching for the Cardinals.
So Jordan Hicks will pitch now in his 3rd appearance. He's 0-1. 20.25 ERA in an inning and a third. So he was roughed up his last time out. His last couple times out. Murphy swings and lifts this one out to deep left field, but O'Neill's there to make the catch.
Now batting, the third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
I'm bringing up Nolan Arenado. We have Arenado who's 0 for 2. He had a walk back in the first, but that's about it. First pitch to Arenado misses low, ball 1. Called strike the letters. It's 1-1 on Arenado. Arenado's been held pretty quiet as of late that we've seen. Hasn't been really getting anything too good to hit. Here's the 2-2 to Arenado. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase the slider, and there's 2 away. Jordan Hicks making quick work of the Rockies. Well, this game is just turned on its head. Pitchers duel until the 6th, then Story hit a solo home run. In the top of the inning to give the Rockies a 1-0 lead, then Cardinals score 3 in the bottom of the 6th. Capped off by a Goldschmidt 2-run homer. That's where we've sat. Blackman's 0 for 3. Called strike down the middle. 0-2.
Whoa.
0-2, misses inside, 1-2.
I got to count 1 and 2. 3.
And a called strike 3. Frozen with the slider again. And we head to the bottom of the 8th. Rockies down 3-1.
Your attention, please.
James Pazos will make his 35th appearance. He's 1-2, 2.03 ERA, 30 strikeouts, 10 walks, and 31 innings of work. Does have 6 holds on the year.
Leading off for the Cardinals, the second baseman, Justin Wong.
First pitch fouled off to Colton Wong. Here's the 0-1 to Wong. Called strike on the inside corner, 0-2. It's the 0-2 to Wong. Misses inside, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 to Wong. Got him swinging. Sinker down below the knees. Got him to swing it one in the dirt. And there's out number 1 to start the 8th.
Tommy Edman.
James Pazos has really turned himself into the really star, probably the most consistent in that bullpen for the Rockies. Prior to all these changes, he's really the only holdover. Him and Wade Davis, the only holdovers from opening day. Everybody else has been sent down to AAA or otherwise.
1 and 1.
Pitch misses inside, 1-1. Scott Oberg, though, in 9 innings of work, has a 6 ERA down in Albuquerque. Looking for him to really improve on things and hopefully get him back in stronger fashion to help the ball club. This ball goes foul. 1-2. This one's ripped foul again, 1-2. Pazos pounding the zone. Pitch misses outside. 2-2.
Full count. 3 and 2.
And that's called the ball 3, so full count now as Paul Goldschmidt waits on deck. The 3-2. And a called strike 3.
The batter, the first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
It's the first pitch to Goldschmidt, a 2-run homer back in the 6th. Popped up, foul territory. Murphy's there, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. We head to the 9th. Rockies down 3-1. Last chance for them. Story, McMahon, and Hilliard due up for the Rockies.
Your attention, pitching for the Cardinals, number 21, Andrew Miller.
Well, Trevor Story back in the sixth hit a solo home run to get the Rockies on the board. Turned out to be a moot point as the Rockies are now down 3-1. And they'll face Andrew Miller trying to close this thing out for him. Called strike the letters. It's 0-1. The 0-1 is rocketed foul. 0-2. Well, this is just like the Cardinals. They are a team that just doesn't quit. They're a very resilient team and seem to figure things out all the time as Andrew Miller strikes out Story with that slider for out number 1 here in the ninth.
Second base, Ryan McMahon.
Here's the first pitch to McMahon. Misses up and in. One and 3 for McMahon in this one. A single back in the fourth. Here's the 1-0. Here's the 2-0 to McMahon. This one's high and deep, and get out of here, ball. Home run. Chalk that one up for the good guys. A long moonshot for Ryan McMahon. His 13th homer of the year, and the Rockies are back within 1. Here with 1 out in the top of the ninth. Story just unloads on that one. Fastball down the middle. The left-on-left matchup, and McMahon just unloads on it. He knew it was gone. Well, those are the home runs we've seen McMahon hit quite a bit. 403 feet, 106 off the bat. Quite the pitch.
Up next to Colorado, the left fielder, Sam.
Here's the first pitch to Hilliard, who's 0 for 3 tonight. .1-0 the count on Sam Hilliard. They have Walters on deck, and then the pitcher's spot. Likely we'll see either Chris Owings or Elias Diaz or Garrett Hampson. Those are really the 3 options for the Rockies. They'll only use 1 pinch hitter in this game with Raimel Tapia, who singled. That was about it. 2-0 the count on Sam Hilliard. Miller winds and deals. Catches the outside corner. It's 2-1. Two-1 to Hilliard. Catches the zone. 2-2. Two to Hilliard. Swing and a miss. 2 outs now as Hilliard chased the slider outside. And Andrew Miller is now 1 out away from closing this thing out for the Cardinals. Rockies still trail 3-2. Their 2 runs coming off of solo shots. And Tony Walters, the Rockies' last chance now. First pitch to Walters. Swing and a miss at the slider. 0-1. Oh, 1 the count now on Tony Walters. Pitcher runs well outside, 1-1. Well, the Rockies will have 1 more against the Cardinals tomorrow. It'll be Tyler Colbreth for the Rockies.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Ty Colbreth, and then Rockies will then head back home to San Diego. Take on San Diego at home. Kind of a bizarre little road trip for the Rockies. Just these few games in St. Louis, and then they head back home. 3-1 to Walters. Swing and a miss. That'll run the count full. Rockies down to their final strike. Here comes the payoff pitch. Holds up. Ball 4. So Walters draws the 2-out walk. Time runs aboard for the pinch hitter. Let's see who the Rockies will go with. And it's going to be Elias Diaz. Getting the call here. Top of the 9th. Rockies down by 1. Tying run at first. Here's the first pitch to Diaz. Misses down. Ball 1. Diaz hitting .253 on the year. Home run. 6 RBIs. Two outs here, top of the 9th. Rockies got a run back here off the Ryan McMahon home run. Pitch misses high, 2-0. David Dahl waits on deck. Rockies trying to keep this thing close. Big swing and a miss at the fastball. Around the knees, and Diaz comes up empty, 2-1. Check swing, but a call the ball, 3-1. Still 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Rockies trying to rally. 3-1 to Diaz. Popped up. Left center field, and a diving catch by Tyler O'Neill ends the ball game. The Cardinals hold on to win it 3-2. After the 3-run bottom of the 6th is all they needed to hold off the Rockies. Made it close, but they come up just short. So the Cardinals take game 2 of this 3-game series. Andrew Miller gets the save. Miles Mikolas improves to 7-7. Kyle Freeland takes the loss at 4-4. Miller with his 9th save of the year. Rockies fall 3-2. They out-hit the Cardinals 6-3. But your player of the game is going to be Miles Mikolas. 6 innings, gives up 1 run on 4 hits, struck out 6, only walked 1. Freeland goes 6 innings, gives up 3 runs on 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. Some of the notables for the Rockies: McMahon goes 2 for 4 with the homer. Trevor Story 2 for 4 with the homer. Dahl 1 for 4 with the double. And then for the Cardinals, Paul Goldschmidt 1 for 4 with the homer. Harrison Bader goes 1 for 2 with a run scored. Edmonds scored a run and had an RBI. And Yadier Molina goes 1 for 2 with the walk. So the Rockies, unfortunately, aren't able to win this one, as the Cardinals put together a very good game. Had the timely hitting where it counted in the bottom of the 6th, then they're able to hold them off. Miles Mikolas, good work, goes 6 innings, threw about 100 pitches, but matched Kyle Freeland pitch for pitch until the bottom of the 6th, when Freeland, fortunately, some bad luck, kind of fell apart for him, and the Rockies drop it 3-2. So that'll do it here for this one, here on the Sideline Crowd. So the Rockies unfortunately drop it. They'll have one more game tomorrow. We probably won't be broadcasting that. But thank you so much for watching us. And just a quick little moment here at the end. We'd just like to send our condolences and appreciation to one of my dear friends, Hannah Hansen Allen, now, who unfortunately, if you've seen in the news that there was a fighter pilot out up the coast of England, and that he, during a routine training accident, unfortunately, her husband lost his life in that training accident. He was the fighter pilot in that. So we send our condolences out to her. She's a big Cardinals fan, and so we'll dedicate this one out to her and let her know that her friends and family are there for her. We love her, and that we're all here for her, and that our prayers and thoughts are with her. So if you can do anything for her, please keep her in your thoughts and your prayers and everything. But that'll do it here on the Sideline Crowd. I'm Skylar Timmons. Thank you so much for watching with us, and we'll see you next time